People say, how did you join the Unification Church? God works with people just as they are. And the deep position that I love so much and willing to do anything is a position in a hotel called the Food and Beverage Directors Hotel. That passion was like a driving engine that kept me moving from country to country. That position of the Food and Beverage Director is like the launching pad to the general manager of the hotel. London, from Brussels, Belgium, training, to London 10 years, to Iran 3 years, to Saudi Arabia 3 years, and finally God brought me to the United States. I longed to enroll in that school. They call it for short CIA, the Culinary Institute of America. So God baited me with the things that I love the most. The job of the food and beverage manager and beautiful girls. One girl took me here, the other girl took me there, the other girl hit me there, and finally one girl brought me to the United States. I came to America for two reasons: to marry this beautiful girl I met in Saudi Arabia. She was a nurse. She came with a medical team, and I went with an English management to open a new hotel, and this hotel happened to be right next to the hospital. See how God kind of fixed things. I decided to quit my job in Saudi Arabia and came to America to marry this beautiful girl that I met, that I fell in love with, and to enroll at the Culinary Institute of America. While I'm living with my girlfriend, preparing for the wedding, my girlfriend's mood was changing, and she's kind of not so nice. And sooner or later, I discovered that my girlfriend was actually cheating on me. She was dating her old boyfriend. And that crushed my heart to no end. I came all the way. I left a great job in Saudi Arabia. Before I came to Saudi Arabia, I went home to Tunisia and told the news to my father and my mother and my brothers and sisters that I'm coming to America and meeting this beautiful girl. I had some pictures of her. I showed them to my parents and my family. And everything was going fantastic. My family was so happy. My father particularly was so happy to hear the news that he's soon going to have a grandson from his son Ali that he loves so much. And losing a great job in Saudi Arabia, you know, tax-free, living free. I live in a employment complex that it's paid by the government, so I have nothing. Everything that I earned in Saudi Arabia is almost like 99% of it saved. When I came to America, I also brought $5,000 with me to prepare for the wedding and everything. And that $1,000 is almost more than half of it gone. Then this news, this girl dropped me. And I thought I was gonna die. Depression took over me, and I literally died for 3 days. I keep saying 3 years. I had no choice but to leave her house and check into a Motel 6. And I tell you, I died for 3 years, for that 3 days in Motel 6. I cried my eyes out, my heart out, all day, all night crying. 3 days, no food. Everything seems to be dark. But God is an amazing thing. Before God gives you something greater, He will have to cut you off. The first night, I cried day and night. The second night, I went for a walk and everything I look is dark. So I went back, did another round of cry and fell asleep. The third night, I had this most powerful dream that there is a funeral going on. I see in my dream like that. Question, who is this man? This dead man, he must be a very important man. Where do these people come from? Thousands. I mean, you could look and you cannot see the end of the line of the people. You know, I'm talking about millions of people showed up to this dead man funeral. And as I was questioning, suddenly the dead man rose, came alive, get off the stretcher and came and crossed the crowd and came straight to me. And as soon as he came close to me, I realized he was my Uncle Taib. My Uncle Taib. My Uncle Taib is a dear uncle, the only uncle I have. He died a few years before I met even the Unification Church. I began to scream, "No, Uncle Taib, please stay there, stay, please don't touch me." Because we have a saying in my culture that if you dreamt of a dead man coming to you, prepare to die. He's coming to take you out. So in the dream, I was freaking out. "No, please, please, please don't touch me." Too late. My Uncle Taib grabbed hold of me, gave me a hug, and the picture, and you know how the picture of the dream changed. And there I was, there with my Uncle Taib, sitting on a table. He's holding my hand, and I tell you, I never seen a person so serious, so desperate than the face my Uncle Taib looked at me when he held my hand, and he began, and he told me, "Son, please take it. Son, please take it. Son, please take it." He was so desperate, as if like he was trying to prevent a horrible catastrophe to happen. So I looked at him and he said, What do you want me to take?" And my Uncle Taib leaned forward and gave me a kiss, strong kiss, lip to lip, mouth to mouth kiss. I really, when I wake up from dream, I was actually touching, thinking that, and I felt like somebody just left the room. And my Uncle Taib was chosen by God to come down and talk to me and prepare me to receive the second coming of Christ, Sam Myung Moon, Reverend Sam Myung Moon. This is what led me to meet the Unification Church. The next night, I believe the fourth night, I had another dream. It's really important. These two dreams are the most powerful dreams I had when I came to, during my depression time, during my darkest moment in America. And the dream was like there was a music concert, just like Woodstock, that happened in 1970. Thousands of people covered the field, listening to the amazing music from all different artists. And at this time, two singers were putting their heart and soul into the music. But I noticed that the people are not appreciating these singers. People seem to be glued to the ground. They're not clapping or they're not doing anything. So I was really furious. I was really disappointed with people. What's wrong with these people? Why can't they appreciate the song? So up on the hill where I stood, I started clapping. The moment I started clapping, as if some magic superpower took off the chain of those people who are flat, as if like they were drunk or stoned to the ground. And suddenly, the hundreds of thousands of people stood up and started clapping with me. And as they start clapping with me, people start running all the way up to the hill to meet me. And the two singers arrived first to me. They shook my hand, and one of them, which I believe Jesus Christ, he looked at me and he said, "Ali, in the 6 of something, there is a gift waiting for you out there, a gift more precious than life itself, a gift more precious than life itself." And he said, "Go out, look for it." He was, after Jesus talked to me, the other person which I thought, what I believed, probably Prophet Muhammad. He was just sitting there listening. And I wake up. The same time as I wake up, the first dream about my Uncle Taib. I wake up at 4 o'clock checking, am I still in dream or am I awake? So these two dreams, I took that second job, that second dream, as an opportunity for a job. So I printed my resume and decided to travel to every state, every hotel chain, the Hyatt Regency in Chicago. I'm going back. I'm leaving America eventually. Might as well do something. Go to every state, go to all the famous places you hear about it before you came to the United States, like Las Vegas, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago. Travel and take picture for souvenirs, so at least when you go back to Tunisia or somewhere, you can show the people and brag about your trip to the United States, you know. So as you can see me running in the street like a freelance journalist, a camera, movie camera here, another camera here, and I'm traveling, dang, 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 movie. I must have 20-some movies. For every state I travel, I take movie and take pictures and everything. And at the same time, go to the head office and apply for a job there. Because it's in England, you go to a hotel, you apply, they automatically tell you yes or no. But here, I discovered in the United States, it doesn't work that way. You have to give them the address and they will tell you, I will let you know thing, and then things might take even 2 or 3 months before you hear any news. But that time I didn't know, so I decided to travel. But in the same time, I said to myself that anything that looked like my dream, I will take it. And I traveled Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, and head back to Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee, where the Marriott Hotel and Holiday Inn headquarters. I visit there, and then by the time I got to Memphis, Tennessee, I have about five days left of my 30-day Mayor Pass. So I decided maybe there's nothing, maybe just accept the fact and just go back, return to London and try to chase your job back in Saudi Arabia. So as I was talking, preparing, making notes of what my next move would be, the voice beside me and said, "Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Ali Mahjoub. You're not leaving United States without visiting New York. New York is this. You know, remember when I tell you God is the greatest salesman? New York is the greatest city in the world, the apple of the world. How can you go back to Tunisia and not going to visit New York? What if your dream is in New York? Are you crazy?" The voice was talking to me like that. I thought about it and said, "Wow, you're right. What if the girl, what if the promise is in New York?" So I decided, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. I will go to New York for 2 days, and if there's nothing, then I move out. And here's the trick. Here is the bait that I've been talking to you about. The bait. Remember, God is the #1 fisherman. God is the #1 salesman. So he sold me New York and made me go there. Now he's gonna do fishing. And he has a bait for me waiting. What is that bait? Wait a minute. Okay, the next day I decided to go to New York. I hopped in the bus, and being traveling for 30 days in Greyhound bus, I learned the trick that you claim 2 seats next to each other. So nobody can bother you, and you can have a nap and sleep if you want. So I got in the bus, walked about halfway through the bus, and I saw 2 seats next to each other. Back, there was a lot of empty seats in the back, but towards the middle, I chose that seat, that area there. So I put my luggage, my hand luggage, on the passenger by the window seat, the window seat, and I sat on the aisle outside. You know, if anybody come in and wanted to sit with me, they will see a traveling bag. That means it's somebody's there. So go back. And as I claimed my seat and sat there, and the bus started filling up, and in comes the most gorgeous woman I ever seen. Such a beautiful, beautiful lady. She looked like a model. She actually happened to work as a hairstylist. You know how hairstylists, they really do that like model. Wow. So just, that's it, you know, comes in and she start walking, looking for an empty seat. Now listen to this. Behind me, there are 4 or 5 rows empty seats. But as she came right where I was standing, she stopped. And she looked at me and said, "Do you mind? Can I sit next to you?" And boy, was I fast. Yes! And I let her to sit next to me. This is how God fixes things. God so desperate to save you that he will even work with your sin to save somebody. God is that desperate to save you. Even if you are the most sinful man, if God had heart to you, he will save you whatever how bad you are. Whatever bad habits you are, he will get you. Okay, the lady sit down. I let her have a seat in the bus. So that lady came to visit her parents that week, and she's now going back to her home where she lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And this bus goes the route. It goes Memphis, it goes Chattanooga, and continue to New York. So it's the same line. We sat there quiet, doing some secret looks, quick look. She was really beautiful. And you should probably don't say, this guy is handsome. I don't know what she was thinking, but it started with secret looks, you know, and quiet. And as the bus got on the highway, somehow we struck a conversation. She commented on me about my accent. "Oh, you have a beautiful accent." And she asked me where I come from. So I end up telling her the whole story. I'm a Tunisian from Tunisia, beautiful country, you know. 1 million tourists comes to our country every year, very famous for wild sandy beaches and palm trees, blah, blah, blah. And I'm in America, and I'm heading to New York, doing something, you know, meeting a friend. I didn't want to tell her the sad story. And I tell you, from Memphis, Tennessee to Chattanooga is about 5 hours drive. Within that 5 hours, we were holding hands as if we knew each other for 10 years. We are already in love, holding hands. Believe it or not. And when she got to Chattanooga, Tennessee, she wrote her address, and she made me pledge that I will come and visit her after New York. I will come to Chattanooga to visit her in New York. Jungle. New York is like a jungle. I didn't know where to go. I never been in a big city like New York. I didn't know. I got there, you know, got a motel room, and all I did in New York is just taking pictures and for souvenirs. Then 2 days later, I decided it's not working. There's nothing in New York. I have to make my plan, go back to London. And again, as I was busy writing my plan, the voice, guys, you've got to listen to the voice. My whole life revolved around that voice. And then the voice spoke and scolded me. He scolded me. "What are you doing? What do you think you're going back to Salt Lake City? What about that girl you met in the bus? Was it a coincidence that she asked to sit with you while there are so many seats in the back? And boy, that voice really threw me up. You need to go and see that girl in Chattanooga. So even though that voice really kind of chastising me and telling me how stupid I am, I got really excited because I forgot already. I already forgot about that girl. Anyway, I ran to the bus depot and called the girl and I said, hey, I got a good news for you. I'm coming. I'm coming to see you. And she shouted on the other side, screaming with joy, yes! And she told me as soon as I get to Chattanooga to call her so that she can come and pick me up. And when I hung up the phone, the next day, took the bus. I arrived in Chattanooga somewhere like 7:30 in the morning. It was a little bit too early. And so right away, as soon as I came up, I called this mysterious lady from Chattanooga, my mysterious lady from Chattanooga, to tell her that I arrived. And she said, she's getting ready for work right now. But here, let's meet at this place. And she gave me an address of a restaurant that is like few blocks away from the bus depot. And she said, she even gave me the phone number of that restaurant. And she said she's bringing a friend with her. So I took all the information and I hung the phone. Then as soon as I hang up the phone, I said, wait a minute. She said she's bringing a friend. Who is that friend? Could he be a boyfriend? And I began to question myself. Am I ready to break somebody's heart like the way my girlfriend broke my heart and cheated on me? Am I ready to break somebody's heart? That she's so beautiful, and that person she's bringing must have been a boyfriend. For unknown reason. Defies logic. And this is this is the secret of God. I, for some reason, convinced that that person she's bringing with me was a boyfriend. And I'm not ready to break his heart. I'm not ready to steal his beautiful girlfriend. I decided right there and then not to go and visit that girl. An hour later, I decided to dress up and go down the city and figure it out and check it out, Chattanooga, Tennessee. 2 blocks away, I'm at the Unification Church. This is how I'm at the Unification Church. You people need to know how God works. So often, people being Reverend Sam Young Moon and Unification Church being bad-mouthed by the media in the 80s. There were horrible names about Reverend Moon and Unification Church, claiming he was a false prophet and false this and brainwashing and everything. So terrible. So terrible. America need to apologize to Reverend Moon and the Unification Church. Reverend Moon is the Lord of the Second Advent. He is the Messiah. If this story cannot do anything to you, I don't know what. God literally kidnapped me and hand me in the hand of the Unification Church missionaries. Literally. Can you explain that? Who on earth today will have a dream and follow exactly what the dream told him to do? I did. So don't tell me I'm a brainwashed.